What's going on, everyone? My name is Sciz. What you are looking at here is a new kind of adapter, as of recording this, on the graffiti market. But this is not a cap adapter per se, it's actually a pressure adapter. Today I'm not only going to be giving you guys all the important info that graffiti artists are going to want to know about this adapter, but also I'll be testing this out so you can see exactly how it works and how well it works. So here's what the adapter looks like by itself. What it's designed to do is limit the pressure of a spray can for easier can control and thinner lines for your graffiti pieces. As part of our test, I'll throw some tags up without the adapter and then with the adapter to highlight the differences it makes. I'll also be testing it with some fat caps and some skinny caps. The adapter itself will fit onto any male cap that is shaped like this one. That's what this one is as well. It's a pink dot. Of course, it'll fit on top of a pink dot like right now, or a blue dot, or even like a cyclone cap or a gold dot. Really anything with that shape. And on the other end of the adapter, you can put any male cap on there that you want. One of these will cost you about $2.50 US, or say about $3.39 in Canadian dollars, but it shouldn't need to be replaced at all, really. But let's head over to our testing area and see how this thing actually performs. Welcome to the testing area, everyone. I'm sorry I look like a bit of a bum today, but nevertheless, we have a few different caps, as you can see here, and what we're going to do is, first, without the pressure adapter, I'm going to show you what each of these, like say a pink dot cap looks like, a New York fat, and then also like a smaller outline cap. This used to be like the iron lac version of a universal outliner, which they call the vegan outliner cap. I still have a bunch of these laying around. And then after we are perfectly clear on what each of the caps individually look like, then what we'll do is we'll throw this on here, and then we'll see what the NY fat looks like, what the vegan outliner looks like with the pressure adapter on there. So behind me here, I just have a nice wood background to test each of the caps on. We'll throw a couple tags up with subscriber names to give you a look at how each cap looks. And then at the end, I'll also use this and do a bit of a very small example type piece and do a bit of detail work with this and see what kind of better can control we can get with this compared to without. So first up, I'll just give you a quick look at what an NY fat looks like without the adapter here. Bars wanted to hit off. Let's give him a hit off. Very simple, but that's what the NY fat can do for you right there. And I'll leave some space below that one so that we can test the adapter with the NY fat right here and compare them side by side, if you will. Just to test out a skinny cap, Haste wanted to hit off. Let's get him up here. So that's basically what a vegan outliner is going to look like at full pressure. So now you guys know what time it is. Let's slap on the adapter. So for this adapter, we're using this, which is sort of like a fat-ish cap. They sort of recommended something like that. We're putting the adapter on, making sure that the hole in the adapter there lines up nicely with where the paint's actually going to come out. Make sure it's pressed down as far as you can get it down, and then throw it on here like this. Also, it did recommend you sort of use lower pressure cans. I know Iron Lac isn't a low pressure can by any means, but I did let a bit of air out of this can to make it a bit lower pressure. And now we just throw our NY fat on here, just like that. It's probably a better idea to put the NY fat on before you put the cap on the spray can, but I wasn't that smart. First thing I will tell you right away is this isn't the most comfortable way to spray with either. But let's see what this looks like, and where you're probably gonna see the difference isn't necessarily in the outcome, but in the process. You'll be able to hear the difference and probably see the pace of the paint coming out a little bit differently. So let's see what that's like. Judah wanted to hit off. Let's get him up here. Getting a lot of spill here, so I'm gonna sort of troubleshoot a little bit before I continue with this. Believe it or not, with a bit of experimentation with literally vice grips, I managed to get this working the way it's supposed to. And let me tell you, yeah, that's what it's supposed to do. Now you're not getting any leakage out of the top. And to be honest, it doesn't seem like there's too much of an effect here. Like, you can still get some very fat lines. It's definitely a bit more controllable, but it doesn't mess with the size of the lines you're getting too much. One thing I definitely do not like about it is you get a hell of a lot of overspray. But anyway, now let's see what this kind of thing does with a vegan outliner, a skinny cap. So to compare now, let's give Mies a hit off. Yeah, this is where you're getting that overspray. You can hear it too. Yeah, like I stopped here and it continued here. You can hear, oh my god. It's not taking too kindly to a thinner cap, I will tell you that. Yeah, I apologize for this mess, but there really isn't much I can do when it's just overspraying for a good 2 seconds after I've completely lifted my finger off. That's insane. And it seems to be specifically not liking the skinny cap because it's leaking out of the top here, nothing out of the connection between the first cap and the adapter. It's the adapter to the actual spray cap where it's leaking now, so it doesn't really like this thin cap. Okay, so you know what, I tried out a second universal slash vegan outliner, and I was able to determine that the overspray is very consistent with this cap, but the leakage was actually just on the other cap. So really it's just the overspray that I'm seeing a big problem with here. Basically, I will say right now that I've seen consistent overspray with every single cap I've tried. And that being said, I think since the entire purpose of this is to figure out if you have better can control and can get better details in, say, a piece or something, I'm just gonna do something very simple on here and just fill it in and add a couple little easy details and see if it feels easier than just using a regular spray can. Because I wanna know if this is actually any better than a normal skinny cap, or than just a normal cap. Because right now I sort of doubt that it is with the amount of overspray I'm getting on it, and that being consistent across all the caps we've tried. So yeah, just give me a little bit to do some sort of little piece. Yeah, we'll get to it. Because the skinny caps were just so bad on this thing, I'm actually using an NY Fat to do this outline right now. Alright, so to be honest, I tried this on the flame can, I tried this on the iron lac can, and it oversprays so much that, like, I don't even want to use it. What I'm actually going to do so that I can embarrass myself a little bit less is just finish this off with normal caps, like a normal person. Then I'll give you my final thoughts on what exactly I think of this pressure adapter. So as you can see, I finished this off just with a normal skinny cap. I believe what I was actually using was a Molotov skinny to do all the detail work because I just plain could not tolerate using this pressure adapter. The overspray was terrible, basically is the problem with it. Sometimes I get people saying, oh, I don't know if your reviews are honest because you review everything and make it all sound really good. Well, for the most part, things on the graffiti market, luckily for all of us graffiti artists, are really good. This is not. I have no problem saying that this is just crap because it is. You saw the difference between how much I was struggling to even do an initial design with this and a New York Fat, or with this and the vegan outliner, compared to afterwards when I just started using a can with a normal skinny cap there. And whether you personally think what I painted was good or not, objectively you could tell that my can control got significantly better after I stopped using this, and that's the main point here. Like, this thing was embarrassing me far worse than I could embarrass myself in a million years. That is that. To be honest, I don't recommend this product. Also, the other thing, before when it was spraying out sort of around the edges of this first cap, that was because it wasn't pushed down far enough, and basically there was no way for me to push it down far enough other than using those vice grips I showed you earlier. So really, I don't think the dimensions of it are perfectly fitted. But with all of that being said, I understand people have different experiences using the same products. So that being said, feel free to leave a comment if you have used this, what you think of it, or if you haven't used it and you notice something about it that you think is useful. Don't be afraid to have a different opinion than me, because that's what the comments are for. And the graffiti community here on the channel, we all learn from each other. Maybe consider subscribing to join it. You can check out some other reviews of some interesting, unique graffiti products we have here on the channel as well, like the needle cap review. I'll see you over there. Until my next one, peace.